Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Now I'm popping in for a new series, The Single and Healing. We talked about single and ready. Now we're talking about the single and healing. Now, in this space, you have to realize this is for those people who you are currently single or you're getting ready to be single like in a week or so, and you've been through some tough things as it relates to your relationships or things that happen to you in life, and it affects how you show up in a relationship. This space in my book, Mrs. Right, I talked about healing before dealing. And this is where we're at. And this is important work because only you can do it. Like, you can come to a life coach and you can get coaching, and that coach could be talking and could be helping you and asking great questions, but the work has to be done by you. Like, no one else can really go in the trenches, because at night when you lay your head on the pillow, it's just you. When you get up in the morning, it's just you. So you don't have a coach able to make the decisions for you, to do everything for you. So the first step when you get ready to start healing is you have to identify the root. Meaning, you got to go all the way back and you got to look at, what did you learn about love and who did you learn it from? I talked to some people and they learned their relationship tactics and their belief system inside of a relationship. They learned it from movies. Some people, they learned it from a single mother or a single father. Some people, they learned it from a toxic two-parent household. Some people learned it from a healthy two-parent household, but they didn't see conflict resolution between their parents. And so you have to get back to the root of where you learned love. And when you see that, you're then able to evaluate the stories of those people that you learn love from. And when you evaluate their story and you get to their root, so to speak, you see them as the fruit. And then you see how they operated and what that taught you. And then you come to today and you look at healthy relationships and unhealthy relationships. And you look at the dynamics of the two and what makes them up. What is the makeup of those relationships? And now you're able to see, well, okay, if I did this and this was my result, then this must be unhealthy, because the result is toxic, draining, unhealthy, disappointing, feels like failure. And if this person over here has a healthy relationship and they're doing this, then what is the difference? So now you're able to come to terms with yourself and say, you know what? I saw my mother stay in an abusive, toxic relationship, and that taught me that relationships or love is pain. So when I was yelled at, I yelled back. When I was cursed at, I cursed back. When I was abused, I abused back. When I was cheated on, I cheated back. So now you're able to look at where the lessons you learned, how they showed up in your life and what you did. And then you see the result. Now, if your result is not happiness in your relationship, then obviously what you were putting up with or what you were doing was the wrong thing. And it came from the wrong place. So this is how you start the healing, by really assessing and evaluating every piece of your relationship philosophy, where it comes from, how it shows up, what are the results you're getting. Now, this new knowledge, now you realize you're able now to take and compartmentalize. Essentially, you can take the events, you can take the things that happen in your relationship, and you can say, okay, I was cursed at and like called out of my name. That came from his or her upbringing, because he or she saw that in their household coming up. So they brought that to me. And then me, having not seen that, but having not seen conflict resolution either, I thought that this thing I'm experiencing, being cursed out like I'm nothing, I thought this was a part of a relationship. But as a result of that, I have low self-esteem. I compromised my self-worth. I started putting up with any and everything. So that action cannot be a positive and healthy action if that's the way it made me feel. Because if it didn't push me forward, if it didn't take me to the next level, if it didn't make me better, then what is it doing? And so now you start to think about this. You start to think about this and you're able to look and say, okay, is this what I wanted? And if you're single or getting ready to be single, the answer is no. So at this point, you now have to identify, what do you want? How do you want a relationship to look? And you got to go to relationships that look healthy, whether you can hear about it online, read about it in a book, or talk to people directly and interview them and talk to them and get the knowledge. And if you can't interview, then you're listening. And so in a healthy relationship, you will be told that yes, there will be disagreements. Yes, there will be arguments, not in the sense of knock down, drag out, yelling, screaming, cursing, but yes, there will be disagreements. Yes, you will want to go to bed mad. No, you will not see eye to eye on everything with your partner. But what both people will do is both people will want to see it corrected. Both people will want to come to a happy medium, to a common ground, and resolve this issue. And both people will not want to go to bed mad. And both will apologize if they're both in the wrong, or the person that's in the wrong will say, I'm sorry, and I will not do that again. That's what you will learn about a healthy relationship. And so now, when you realize that this is real and you determine what you want, now you're able to write down what you're willing to do to get it. Meaning, I'm going to read a book a month or a week, however fast you read. I'm going to take online courses. I'm going to do coaching. I'm going to do therapy. You got to make an investment into yourself to get new knowledge. However that knowledge comes. A lot of the knowledge will be free through YouTube. Your payment is having to click skip when an ad pops up. But other than that, it's free. But you're getting new knowledge. You're investing your time. In some cases, you will invest your money buying a book, buying a ticket to a seminar, paying a life coach for coaching, paying a therapist for therapy. So you're making that investment, but you're getting new knowledge, and now you're able to look back and you say, okay, when I was getting ready to go out with my friends for dinner, and my partner made me change my clothes because they didn't trust me going out in an outfit that I chose to wear that I felt completely comfortable in, that was not love. I thought that was cute that my partner cared enough to tell me to change clothes, but now I realize that was not love, that was control. And that control is what was a antecedent behavior of the later abuse that I experienced. So now, okay, I see. That's not love. Then you're able to evaluate and you say, okay, when my partner would always get mad anytime I was talking to my best friend or my parents, and they would want me to get off the phone and wouldn't want me to talk to them so much, that actually wasn't love. I thought that was love and that they just love me so much. They want all of my time. They want me to themselves. But really, that was insecurity, which turned into jealousy. And what my partner was trying to do, he or she was trying to isolate me so that when that abuse showed up, because I had cut everyone off, no one wanted to accept my calls because they told me, you're being manipulated and you're going to get abused next. Be careful. But because I didn't believe them and I thought that they were jealous because I had a relationship, I cut them all the way off listening to my partner. And then when everyone who loved me genuinely and had been there for years was pushed away, now I was all alone with no representation, about to go through my partner's taxation. And so now my partner took advantage, and I could not call anyone because I had pushed everybody away. So see, now when you sit here and you're single and healing, you're able to look back and see what you did wrong. You're able to look back and see like, oh, my partner telling me what to wear was a red flag. Oh, my partner yelling at me was a red flag. Cursing at me was a red flag. My partner not introducing me to their friends or family was a red flag. My partner not wanting to meet my friends or family was a red flag. My partner wanting me to cut off everybody was a red flag. So now the things that you thought was just like this amazing, undying love that was just so strong and, just so pure, now you realize it was lies. It was lies. It was deception. It was isolation before annihilation. So now you're able to rewrite and kind of get the download on what is healthy and what's not healthy. And this is where you began to do the healing. And you have to go back and look at the past, and you got to evaluate it. You got to break it down. Just like when athletes, after the game is recorded. So the next week they sit down and they look over the game, and the coach is pointing out the mistakes. They're watching the game film and the coach is pointing out the mistakes. Look what you did. Look where you were right here on this play. What were you supposed to be doing? They said, okay, I was supposed to do this. Okay, yes. All right, let's get that right. Don't make that mistake again. That's the same thing you do in every other area of life, especially your relationships. You look back and you say, okay, what happened right here? Then what did you do? What were you supposed to do? Okay, all right, get that through your mind. Don't let that happen again. Because when we realize the relationship has failed, now we're able to see the things, those building blocks of failure, those things that built up to the failure. We're able to see, oh, okay, me getting cursed out, and instead of checking my partner and telling him or her not to yell and curse at me, I sat down, shut up and listened. Or I started crying, or I lashed back out at them. All three of those was the wrong thing to do. So now you're able to see that, and it's like, oh man, you know what I should have did? I should have checked him or her. And if they didn't stop doing it, I should have left to send them a real message to let them know that I'm absolutely not playing that game with you. So now you realize that. So what you have to understand is that knowledge is power when it's applied. And the reason why knowledge is power is because when you have new knowledge, it builds confidence. It makes you feel sure of yourself. So when you know that you know what a red flag looks like, you are more sure of yourself, because now you're not walking in the dark. Now you're not feeling around in the dark and trying to figure out, okay, is cursing a red flag? Cursing at me a red flag? Is yelling at me a red flag? Is telling me I'm gonna call you at 9 and then not calling, is that a red flag? Hey buddy, what's up? And so now you get to realize this. And at that point, now it helps you. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, look at my new script. Wait.
Got to hit dismiss. Oh, let me see that back there.
It's not.
What's your code? Same as mine.
Yeah.
What's up, bud?
Doing a video?
Uh-huh. Okay, I see that. How you got that new screen? T did that?
No, mommy helped me.
Oh, yeah?
I was getting a lot of love for the Dame Dollar shoes today.
Oh, yeah? With that pink on?
But mostly it's just males. They're male and female.
Yeah. Your mama told me that pink in style right now. Like,
I like pink, actually.
Yeah.
The only one is like in small quantities.
Yeah, I tell you, mom, I can't be wearing that pink now.
It looks really good.
It do?
Especially on cleats.
On the cleats, yeah.
Pink is really good.
I guess so. I'm too old school, you know. I'm an old school. I mean, y'all new school, so okay, boys go wear pink. Okay, October, all right, I get it. But I'm from the old school. Blue for boy, pink for girl. But hey, one of my homeboys, Damian Lillard, NBA player. Dude so humble, like he still answer my text messages. He have no reason to answer my text. Like it's an NBA All-Star, and I never name dropped. This is my first time saying his name ever in a video. But he just came out with some shoes, and my wife ordered them from Adidas for me, her, and my son. And I sent him the picture of them, show him, and I'm just old school. I just was like, okay, the pink. Now I done wore the whole pink outfit back in the day when Cameron the rapper, because Cameron the rapper from New York used to wear the pink. So, but now I guess I'm just old. I'm like, y'all forgive me. So now back to what I was saying. Lost my train of thought because my sons just came home from school, so y'all gotta forgive them. You know, family first. Now, what you have to realize is as you look back, now you're able to process this. Now, with this new knowledge, what I want you to picture is kind of like this. Picture your brain having code that's written in there. And picture the code being like sentences, like words. And that being that it's in your brain, it believes it and it moves your life toward it. So you have this code that says you are ugly. When you get new knowledge, you realize you are divinely, wonderfully, and fearfully created by God. So now that's like you sticking your hand inside of an open head and grabbing that sentence that says you are ugly, pulling it out, throwing it in the trash, and taking this new sentence that says you are fearfully and wonderfully made, dropping it in there. So now you go from, because your brain believes this new knowledge. So now you have this code that says love is pain, that says yelling at you and cursing at you is a part of relationship. And then you get this new code when you listening to videos and courses and books and mentors and coaches and therapists, and you get this new code that says yelling and cursing at you is verbal abuse. So now you're able to take out the one that said that it's love, throw it out, and you put a new one in that says yelling and cursing at you is verbal abuse. So now now your brain believes it. So now when somebody does it, you're like, oh, hold on. Who are you talking to? Listen. Oh, you gonna keep yelling? Okay. All right, go right ahead. Go right ahead. Oh, you grabbing me? 911? Oh, yes, hello. Yes, I need you to get over here right now. Someone has lost their absolute mind, just yanked on my shirt. Get over here right now. Thank you. Yeah, 123 Main Street. Thank you very much. See, now you got that new knowledge in your brain. Whereas before, you getting yelled at, you getting cursed out, you getting hit on, you getting pulled on, you getting touched on, you getting disrespected, and your brain said this is love, this is a part of the relationship, this is normal, everybody goes through this, everybody puts up with this. So now you got to go through all that. I got out the shower, make sure I wasn't too ashy, and you replace it with new knowledge. So now this new knowledge, you like, whoa, my phone about to go dead in a little bit. It just popped up and said that. So now you look at this thing and you say, okay, I know the truth now. I know the truth. I done got new knowledge. So now I know that a threesome is not normal. That a good man don't need a threesome from a woman. Now I know that I don't have to buy a woman's love with gifts and money. that a good woman don't base a man's love off of how much money he's willing to spend on her. Now I know. So with this new knowledge, now you can move differently because now you know. And so that is why the first space of healing, and it's a beautiful thing to see, because I read these messages from people in DMs and it says, and I hear people say, like I was just doing the 25 and under, what was it, the Zoom, and the next I'm gonna do 26 to 34. I'm gonna do 26 to 34, and we'll get that set up here soon. So pay attention to the videos when I post a video like every day. So when it's up, I to say it in a video and it'll be in the link. And if I add it, it'll eventually be in this here description. But somebody on there was like, hey, I've been watching you since I was 18. I've been watching you since I was 19. Now I'm 22. Hey, I found you when I went through a terrible breakup. And I've been watching you and it helped me. It gave me the strength. Now I am not to be played with. And the thing about it is just new knowledge. It was just, this stuff is not taught in school. We don't learn this at any level of school. And our parents a lot of times don't teach us like this because they really don't even want to process us getting on our back and sleeping with nobody and having babies. And they really don't even want to process that. So they just stay away from the conversation altogether, or they barely touch on it and not realizing they're doing us a disservice because now we finna go out there without knowledge. When they done been through everything under the sun and they could prepare us just like I'm preparing you on this YouTube video, but they just choose not to because they still dealing with their own stuff, going through their own stuff. And they're like, I don't want to put my baby, all this on my baby. My baby got to be stressed out and worried about these relationships and how bad it is and what they're going to have to go through. I'm just going to just let them live their life, and I'm going to be praying and hoping that everything go well. No, you got to be prepared. And so that's a part of the problem. And we just don't know. But in this space, when you focus on healing, I mean, you have to be diligent about it. You literally got to have a daily routine of how you grinding, like how you're learning, how you feeding your mind, a daily routine. A lady wrote last night, I don't know what she was talking about, but she said, I don't want to buy anything. But it said, how do I heal from being with somebody 9 years and then him leaving and going and getting another woman pregnant or getting married or something like that. And it angered me to read it because a lot of times people think that just because people like myself earn a living from coaching and having books and having courses, what people fail to realize is it's not about the money, because I could go sell tea if I just wanted to make money. Like I could do credit repair if I just wanted to make money. I got clients who make more money than me selling tea and doing credit repair and selling jewelry and doing influencer stuff on Instagram. Like me and my wife could be an influencer couple and have brand deals as a couple. Like if people who sell relationship books and relationship courses just want to make money, it's anything you could do. You could do anything. But the reason why I also do this is because I know it's fulfilling my purpose. I know it's serving a purpose, and I'm saving somebody's life. I'm changing somebody's life. I'm helping somebody. So when people say, oh, I don't want to buy anything, I don't want to buy a course, it's like, listen, somebody gonna have the mindset that they value a book or a course. So my purpose is still gonna be served. So with you not buying this relationship book on Amazon from whoever it may be, you hurting yourself more than them, because it's still gonna be a whole bunch of people that see the value in it. So we still gonna eat regardless. But if you thinking you're not gonna buy a course because you don't want to make somebody rich, for one, you ain't making nobody rich, because this ain't the industry to be in if you want to be wealthy in the real sense of the word. So for one, you ain't doing that. But two, what you are doing is you hurting yourself because you're not getting new knowledge. So if you don't have new knowledge, guess what? You're going to do the same thing over again. You're going to see the same red flags and not even realize it's a red flag. You're going to think it's a green flag or a white flag because you don't even realize, because you have not been taught. And your mama, your aunties, your uncle, your daddy, your male cousins, your female cousins, everybody went through the same thing. So to you, it's still going to be, oh, that's normal. That's normal. Oh, every man cheats. Oh, every man want a threesome. Oh, every man go to the strip club. Oh, every man gambles his life savings away. Oh, every man smokes every day. Every man curses like a sailor. Every man gets drunk every day after work. You're going to believe all of these lies and these toxic things if you don't get new knowledge and realize like, whoa, okay, this is possible. This is possible. So, hey, think about this, understand this, really get this in your spirit and take some time and just really sit down and see what it is you need to do, what you need to be learning, and ask yourself, do I have a healing regimen? Do I have a healing schedule? Do I heal daily by feeding my mind with the knowledge that I need for the next chapter of my life? And if the answer is no, then you got to do better. And you have to also ask yourself, am I really doing the work? Am I taking heed to what I'm hearing? Or am I just watching the YouTube video just to watch it, but I'm still in fornication? I'm still dealing with my ex. I'm still putting up with the same stuff. I'm still letting my ex run in and out of my life. Or am I actually making change? So, hey, this is Tony Gaskins, first episode of Single and Healing. Don't know how many more we'll have. I got to think about what's next, because it might go from just this and then you graduate to the Single and Ready course. But I'll see what comes to me. And if you have topics, you can put it in the comments. I may or may not see it because I don't get to read comments every day. But God bless you. We'll talk soon. Oh, I'm on here tapping the wrong part of the screen.